Hi, everybody. Hi, Robin. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, Leisa.
How are you all?
Doing well. How are you?
Oh, fabulous. Thank you.
Is that a sarcastic fabulous or a legitimate fabulous?
No, a genuine fabulous.
Oh, good.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Lisa. How are you? Of course, you're feeling fabulous. You've had your vitamin infusion today, haven't you?
Yeah, last night I had it actually. So, yeah, I'm feeling good today. So, I have been, I was tired earlier, but I've not had much sleep over the last 3 days, but I'm bounced back this afternoon. So,
Excellent.
yeah, it's amazing what they can do for you, I tell you. It's just amazing. Has anyone had a infusion?
I've had an iron one a
Yep.
couple of times. Yeah,
Yep.
but what did you have?
A whole concoction of things. So vitamin C was the main thing. Hi, Belle. But I also had I don't know. I can't remember.
Was it for anything?
Yeah, magnesium, vitamin. No, it wasn't vitamin D. I don't know what it was, but I also had a vitamin B12 injection in the bum as well. So,
Okay. So was it for something in particular, or was it just a?
yeah,
boost?
it's in line with my gut health program.
Yeah.
I'm seriously lacking in all of those minerals.
Mm.
And I've had iron infusions in the past. But the vitamin D is really, vitamin C is really what keeps your iron stores healthy.
Yes, that's right.
So, yeah, so, and it just so happens that my sister's just gone into business doing the infusions. So,
Oh, okay. Cool.
yeah.
Lisa, hi.
Who's that?
Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Can I just ask, how did you have blood tests to figure out what you were lacking?
Yes, I did. Yeah. You have to any of the you can have you don't you have to have doctors sign off, so you have to have a script, but you also have to for the vitamin C, you have to have the blood test. You don't have to have a blood test for any of the other things, but the vitamin C you do.
Okay.
So that because apparently I don't know the terminology. Jean, you might be able to help me. Is there something in the vitamin C that if you've got too much of something or something goes wrong? So I'm not too sure. So how are you all? Good. Nice to see a few.
Good. I've had a day off today, so I'm good.
Oh, fantastic.
Got something wrong with my screen. Normally, it's not like that.
Okay, what are you looking at, Marina?
Can you see me in the screen coming over and it's faded and distorted?
No, we can see you perfectly fine.
Well, I can't see myself. I only see part of myself.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, we can see your beautiful face, so.
Oh, well, that doesn't matter then, as long as you can see me and,
Exactly.
Thank you.
Perfect. So I've got a few newbies on tonight, which is amazing. So thank you for those who are joining me for the first time. So I'm not too sure, as usual, I'm not too sure how many people are going to show up, but we'll start. And I'm actually doing science experiments with you tonight. Are you excited? Perfect. So, I talk a lot about, fake crystals, and I often don't have any fake crystals to show you. And I don't have fake crystals to show you tonight, but I'm going to do some testing with some amber. Because amber is one of those that is on the market and not always true amber. So I thought that I would show you how to test it, and I don't recommend that you do the tests that I'm going to do tonight on your own amber, and you'll see why when we get there. And I have burnt my finger already tonight, so I've got a nice little blister on my finger. So just welcome. We do have a few new people, so I'll go through the formal introduction and tell you a little bit about me and who I am. So most of you do know, but I am Leisa, and my business name is Soul Magick, and I have been doing all things crystal for quite a few years now. It seems like forever. And in the last 12 months or so, I remembered that I did business to begin with, and then IT at university. And I remembered my very first assignment, which was an oral communication assignment at university in business management. I spoke about crystals. So I should have known all the way back then that uni was a complete waste of time for me, but it wasn't a complete waste of time. But I don't even remember how I learnt about the information to do with crystals. And like probably most of you, I was collecting rocks and sticks and stones and crystals from a young age. And over the years, about 10 years ago, I was given the information through meditation that I would be teaching one day about crystals and about energy and all things magical. And, you know, here I am doing just that and love it. And I don't even really remember what there was no real clear decision for me to start selling crystals, but I guess I had to start, you know, I guess sharing the love and recouping some of the money that I spent on crystals. And for me, there's people always come into the boutique because I have a physical boutique here in Geelong in my house, and people always come in and they say, oh my goodness, how do you not keep them all? But you know, part of what I teach, and for those of you who have been with me a while, you know that I firmly believe in there being a vibrational match with a crystal. So when I buy my crystals, or when I, you know, receive them, you know, from overseas or whatever the case is, I know which are mine to keep and which are not mine to keep based on that vibrational match, which is really important. And that's how I encourage all of you to pick your crystals, by tuning into your body and tuning into the crystal and asking the crystal if it is for you, instead of what we're seeing a lot of these days is, you know, that greed and that consumerism and just, you know, grabbing crystals because you think that you might miss out. And that's definitely not, you know, the way to go. Of course, I could sell way more crystals if, you know, if that's what I wanted to promote, but that's not what I'm into. So yeah, so that's a little bit about me. And I'm a bit of a crystal nerd, and what that means is that I like reading everything that I can about them. I spend and doing, of course, a lot of the work with them. I do test a lot of crystals, so I test them with all sorts of things, and depending on what they are as to what they can be tested with. So I do things like scratch tests and alcohol tests, and I do gravity tests, and of course tonight, salt water tests and a hot needle test. So some of these I do not recommend, and of course on crystals that I am energetically happy with the fact that they are real, I don't recommend that you do all of these types of tests on your crystals, because it may ruin them. Particularly amber tonight, if you stick a hot needle in an amber, there's every chance that it will crack. So if you've got a beautiful piece of amber and you want to keep it, don't do that. And I have got a piece of amber to show you, which is one of my favorite, well, it is my favorite piece of amber, which is this piece here, which funnily enough used to be about maybe 2 inches longer. But I left it on my kitchen table one day, and my pussycat decided that it was a play toy. And amber is not very hard. It's quite soft on the Mohs scale, which is about 2.5, which means it breaks really easy. But we'll get back to the amber soon. What we might do is just do a really quick run around. You can say your name and tell us what your favorite crystal is if you have one. If you don't have one, that's perfectly okay. Just tell us exactly that. So we'll start up the top with Carolyn. How are you tonight, Carolyn?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Tell us what your favorite crystal is.
Black obsidian.
Black obsidian. Well, I'm a fan of black. Well, I love them all, so that's perfect. Good stuff. Thanks, Carolyn, and welcome. And Joe.
I'm a fan of black obsidian as well, but I must admit it depends on the day or my mood. So I don't know whether you can see this one at the moment. This is apophyllite, I think. and
Yeah,
I'm sitting with her tonight. So she's my favourite at the moment.
beautiful. Love it. Well done. Susan.
Hi, favourite's usually amethyst, but a bit like Joe, I've got an apophyllite sitting next to me at the moment, so
Perfect.
I don't know. I'm just drawn to it, and I sometimes I just sit here with it. It just sits with me, and I just don't put it down. I don't know. Obviously,
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, it must be the night for apophyllite. Well done. Thank you. Sharon. Hello.
Hang on one sec. My favourite is citrine, and it just happens to be the very first crystal I got, which was a gift. And I have my, oh no, it's a bit shadowy, a beautiful piece here.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's my favourite. And I'm also drawn to petrified wood, even though it's not really a crystal, but I've got some really beautiful pieces of that as well.
Petrified wood is a crystal. It's definitely termed as a crystal. It has a crystalline structure. So even though it doesn't look like it or it has the word wood in it, but it still has a crystalline structure.
So they're my two favourites.
Perfect. Well done. Thank you. And Michelle Gilbert. Hello, Michelle. How are you?
I'm very well, and you?
Good, thank you.
That's good. At the moment, I think I posted on one of yours the other day that I'm just totally drawn to. There's two at the moment, and it's the Thousand Eye Jasper or the Shell Jasper, which I just absolutely find fascinating. Yep. And for some reason, I've now just moss agate, fixated on moss agate.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
So
You
yeah,
know what's really funny is that when people have a changing favourite, it definitely tells a story about where you are in healing journey or life journey and what you're attracted to. So
yeah,
I get as well.
yeah, it's beautiful.
Yes, thank you, Michelle. And Jean, hello, lovely.
Hey, thank you so much. Mine's Aqua Aura. I just love the Aqua Aura, and then all the auras, the Opal Aura, but Aqua Aura is probably my favorite.
Nice, nice. I do see that you include your aqua auras in your grids and things. Perfect, lovely. Thank you. And Sue, hi, Sue.
Hello, how you going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I couldn't be bothered getting it's in my purse. I don't know if anybody can see that. It's that beautiful piece of turquoise that I got from you, Leisa.
How beautiful, lovely.
And I have it safety pinned inside my purse so that it always goes with me. And I reckon it has saved me several, especially today. Couple people that don't know how to drive.
Good for you.
Yeah, you know, it's been a bit crazy out there. I don't know why. I'm running people over in the crosswalks and cutting in front of other people and but I was safe. But that's my favorite at the time being. But
perfect. Love it. Thank you. Another good crystal to have in the car to help you against road rage is black tourmaline. It's a really nice grounding and protective stone. So that's another good one you could add to it.
Oh, good. And I do have some of that.
Perfect, perfect, good stuff. I'll come down and I'll leave all the people down the bottom don't have their cameras on, so I'll come back to those people and give you an opportunity to either find the button or turn yourself on. So Andrea.
Hey, sorry, my daughter's just walked in with this that she picked up today. What did you say it was? Black onyx. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And she bought some Larimer-spheres, little ones.
Beautiful.
While she waits for her big ones. So yeah, Larimer is my favourite.
Beautiful, lovely, good stuff. And George's Larimer sphere is here waiting for her.
Yes, she can't wait. She can't wait.
Very good, thank you. And Belle.
Hi everyone, I have lots of favorites. Quartz family is always a go-to, in particular pink amethyst. I'm in love with that. Any of the jaspers I always go to. Lately, I've been working a lot with aquamarine and I adore it. And I actually lost one of my pendants and did a request for it to come back through Reiki, and it came back, and I'm so happy. It's getting charged right now, so I haven't got it with me, but yeah, that's where I'm playing today.
Fabulous. Love it. Good stuff. Thank you. And Coral. How are you, Coral?
I'm undoing it. Good evening. I'm probably a bit like you, Lisa. I've got so many I love, but at the moment, I can't say the word. Larima.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm wearing that to work, and because I'm a fire sign, it's keeping me cooler and calmer at work. It's been brilliant.
Perfect.
Necklace. So it's on charge at the moment.
Beautiful. Love it. Good stuff. Thanks, Coral. And Chris. Hi, Chris. How are you?
Hi, not too bad, not too bad.
Good, I'm glad you're
Getting there, yeah. I've got lots of favourites as well, and I always keep a little plate on my table here, but my very, very favourite is rose quartz. I just love that, yeah. So I've got this big chunky piece that's always there, but I really love, oh, I can't think of the name of it now. What's the one with the colours in it and you look through the light through it for it? Is that, it's got like green, purple and
Alexandrite?
no. Fluorite, yeah. I really love that too, but I had a heart and it got knocked off the table and it broke into lots of pieces. I've still got the lots of pieces, but I don't know whether that's a good thing. When they break, do you keep them or do you not?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know if you saw my post last week about with my crystal graveyard. So it depends on what you feel the energy is like when you break them. If it shatters into lots of pieces, then it's probably no point keeping it. But what you can do is plant it in your garden.
Okay.
Yeah, send it back to the earth.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I've got a succulent garden and other I don't know what even plants are in there. I don't maintain it in any way, shape, or form, but I literally open my door and throw the broken crystals into it. So
okay.
I think there's more crystals than plants now.
Yeah, I can do that with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
just,
beautiful.
yeah. Yeah.
Good. Thanks for joining us, Chris.
Thanks. Sorry I was a bit late. Had trouble getting on actually. Yeah. Anyway, got here.
You're here. That's all that matters. And Emma down the bottom, how are you, lovely? Hang on, we can't hear you. Maybe take your headphones, pull your headphones out.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Man, how do I put you on speaker? There we go. There we go. I don't really have a favorite as such because I seem to just pick up whatever's drawing me on the day. But I did a couple of weeks ago from an online garage sale close to me. I did pick up a rose quartz chunk for $10.
Oh, nice. Beautiful. Gotta love bargains like that, don't you?
Yes.
Good stuff.
So I haven't really done anything with it yet. I've sat it on I just sort of sat it on my buffet near my dining table and it's just sitting there looking pretty at the moment.
Perfect. I love it. Well done. Good stuff. Good. Fabulous. Thanks for coming, Emma. And
I'm glad I made it.
Oh, yeah, I am too. And Nick Fisher, you're next. Hi, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Certainly can.
I'm new to this Zoom stuff. I've sort of been drawn a lot to solenite.
Yep.
And I've got this massive 5 kilo green onyx angel.
Wow, that is massive.
I just had to have that one. But smoky quartz is another one.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good. I love all of those choices. Well done. Thank you, and thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Perfect. And Marianne up the top.
I've always been partial to amethyst clusters.
Beautiful.
But at the moment, Tiger's Eye is catching my eye.
Oh, yes, very nice. Nice choice. Well done. Thanks for joining. And Marina, you're next.
I do like rose quartz. Tonight I was drawn to this. It's
Sunstone?
orangey. What is it?
Either sunstone, just flip it over to me, or orchid calcite. Yeah, it looks more like orchid calcite. Beautiful.
And I was holding it in my hand. I was watching TV and I could feel the energy coming off it.
Gorgeous.
I felt like there was even a pulse.
Beautiful.
It was amazing. So what does that normally do, that one?
Orchid calcite is calcite's a beautiful crystal regardless of the color, but the orange one, or the orchid one that you've got, is all about the sacral chakra in your body. So creativity, passion, anything to do with fixing up your, or helping you to heal the reproductive system. Yep, power, confidence, all of those things.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
Orchid calcite. Okay, I've got a notebook. This is my first time here, by the way, and I'm in New Zealand, so it started at 10 o'clock here for me.
Oh, perfect.
So I really wanted to try it out. So please.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us. Good. And Robin.
Hello, everybody. I think you've said this, Lisa. It's like trying to choose between your favourite children.
That must be why I don't have any children.
Oh no! Always rose quartz, lapis, and the list goes on. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I love them all.
Beautiful, lovely. Well, thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you.
Good. And Charlene, hi Charlene, you're your first timer too?
Hi, hope I got this right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we certainly can.
Okay, great. Yes, Tiger Eye is one of my favorites. I got a bracelet that I bought in Thailand, and it was Tiger Eye, and I wear it every day of my life. I've probably had it for about 2.5 years now.
Beautiful.
And rose quartz is another one of my favorites. And at the moment, pyrite.
Oh, lovely.
Drawn to that. Yeah, don't know why, but so
you don't need to know why. I'll tell you why eventually.
yeah, true.
Perfect.
So thank you. I'm looking forward to hearing tonight. Yeah.
Good. Well, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good. And we've got Yvonne and we've got Louisa. I'm not too sure if either of you know how to turn your microphones on and or your cameras, but if you want to, you can turn them on and say hello.
I don't have a camera, sorry.
That's all right, Louisa. How are you?
I'm good. Mine's amethyst.
Beautiful. Love it. I'm an amethyst lover myself. Thank you, and thank you for joining us tonight. And Yvonne, I'm not too sure. I might try and see if I can unmute you. Can I ask you? Let's just ask you to unmute and see whether you can.
How's that?
Yep, we can hear you now, Yvonne.
You just can't see me.
That's all right. We can, as long as you can hear us and see us, it will be right. What's your
Well,
favourite?
I'm just new to all this, and in retirement, I'm up to playing around with anything.
Perfect. Good stuff. And Yvonne's just bought some lovely crystals from me, so she'll be getting into them. I'll make sure that she loves them by the end of the year.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Yvonne. And Rachel's just popped on. I'm not sure if you can hear us, Rach, or whether you can see us, but if you want to pop on and say hi, you're most welcome.
Love to. Hello. How you going?
Good. What's your favourite? Say hi, and what's your favourite crystal?
I have to say my favourite crystal at the moment is Golden Healer. Definitely.
Beautiful. Lovely. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, for those of you who, thank you for joining us, Rachel. For
Thanks
those,
for having me.
for those of you who have been with me for a little while, you probably all know what my favourite is. But for those who don't, my favourite is Chrysocolla. So I don't know if you can see that in there. It's a nice little polished piece that I was originally going to sell, but I decided that I would keep it and put it on my desk. So that's where it's staying. But I have lots of favorites like many of you, and I love them all. But yeah, I think that I always go back to, I always can't miss up an opportunity of having a beautiful chrysocolla. So I do have a fair bit of it. And amethyst is probably my second favorite. I've got a lot of amethyst around the house. And my partner, when I come home with a, you know, a cave or a cluster or something, my partner says, haven't you got enough of those? No. And pink amethyst is has become my favorite as well in that. So thank you for sharing, all of you. So as I said, I decided that I was going to chat to you about amber tonight, but if anybody does have any questions about other crystals or anything to do with crystals, do pop it in the chat, and then at the end I can come back and answer those questions instead of you just all calling them out while I talk about the amber. So actually what I want to show you, for those of you who said that you liked pyrite, I can't remember who that was at the moment, was that Marina? I just got this little baby, not quite so little, a pyrite dragon. I'm a bit into the dragons at the moment. Most of you know that I love skulls, but for some reason the dragons have taken my fancy the last couple of weeks. So it's not.
You want it, Lisa?
It's a pyrite dragon.
I love dragons, and that looks gorgeous.
Yes, yes. Well, you might like my other one, Marianne, too. The pyrite one's probably not going to be for sale, but the rose quartz one is huge.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
It's lavender rose quartz, which means it's a bit purpley. Very beautiful. So let me talk to you about the amber. So what I've got here is a just a jar of warm water with 7 teaspoons of salt in it, and just normal table salt. And I've got a piece of amber that I broke a little while ago, just snapped in half. It's a piece of Baltic amber, and so I thought I would use it to show you to test tonight. So normally if you put any normal crystals in here, they'll just sink straight to the bottom. But if you put real amber in, and if you get amber, so I should start off by saying that there's a couple of different fakes on the market. So often amber is replaced with plastic. Okay, plastic may or may not float depending on how heavy the plastic is. And the other thing that it's replaced with is what we call copal. So some of you might know copal, and how I sell, I didn't bring it in with me, but how I sell copal is in the resin form, and you can burn the copal in resin. It's got a beautiful, beautiful smell. And what copal is a much younger version of amber. So it's not anywhere near as old, but it's quite different to amber. And so a lot of the amber jewelry out there, for example, is in fact copal rather than amber. So if you put real amber in the water, it will float straight to the top. Yay! Now, I was a little bit traumatized tonight because I did put my big piece in here until I had to go back and read. It almost did sink. Oh no, there it is. It's at the top now. So when I first put it in, it sunk to the bottom, but all of the salt had gone to the bottom of the, so I was a little bit freaked out when I first put it in there. So if you have got amber, that's one of the easiest ways to test it. But of course, if it's in a piece of jewelry and it's got silver around it, then it won't float for you either. But the other way to test amber is to use a hot needle. And what happens when you stick a hot needle into real amber is that it won't go in very far. It'll just maybe just the very tip of the needle might go in, and it might give off a bit of a pungent, almost like, you know, a decay type of smell. Okay. But if you stick it in copal, I'll show you what. Does anyone burn copal at home? Yep, a couple of you. I'll show you what happens with the copal. I hope you can see it on the screen. And of course, if you stick it in plastic, the plastic will just melt and smell like plastic. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on the screen, but I've just got my lighter and I'm just lighting this up so it's hot. I'm just going to be careful I don't burn my finger more. And then if you stick it in the, it doesn't go. So my hand's wet from the water. I'm just going to light that up again. So it doesn't go into the amber at all, but it does leave, before when the needle was really hot, it did leave a mark on there and a bit of a scratch, okay? But when you put it in copal, I'll just light it up again. Ow. Can you see it? The needle just goes straight through and you can start to see the smoke come off. Okay, so that's if you have, and of course, if you're suspicious about a piece of amber that you have, then you can do that test. But if you're not too suspicious, or if you've got a piece of jewelry where there's an inconspicuous part of the jewelry, like a pendant or a ring, for example, you could stick the hot knife in, the hot needle in, and see whether or not it goes through. So, and I've got a screen, I've got a slide here that I'm going to share with you about the amber. Now, if you have got any questions, just unmute yourself and ask away. And I just need to get you guys back on the screen. Oh. No, wrong one. Perfect. Can you guys see my my slide with amber on it? Perfect, good stuff. So basically, as I said earlier, that amber is not technically a crystal. It doesn't have a crystalline structure, a crystalline lattice like other crystals, and what makes up or determines a crystal apart from other rocks and other minerals. But what it is it's fossilized resin. Okay, and it comes from particular two types of trees, and one of those is a conifer, which is the most popular, and the other one is a pine tree. And the oldest piece of amber that they have been able to test is 320 million years old. Can you even imagine, coming across that kind of thing? And you can see the little picture on the slide there, that often it comes with beautiful little insects that have, been trapped inside of the resin as it's moved over the millions of years. And true amber, they say, is around about, or at least 120 million years old. So copal, for example, is much, when I say it's younger, it's not as old as 120 million years. It might only be 10 million years old, for example, which is so hard for us to fathom, isn't it? That something's that old, that it's been around for so long. And I had a beautiful piece of amber a few months ago that we counted 8 insects in, which was just amazing. And I still think about, still stupidly sold that piece of amber, and I still think about it on a regular basis and dream about it, and almost on 1 or 2 occasions have considered calling the person that I sold it to and asking them to sell it back to me. But it's a beautiful, so when I buy amber, I usually look for the ones that have got the little bugs in them, because I just think it's so special. And people sometimes think it's a bit creepy, but it's to me it feels a little bit special, but they're caught inside. And what happens is that over the process of the millions of years that amber forms, it goes through a process called polymerize. So the molecules polymerize, whereas normal crystals, and I can't tell you what that means in a science term because it would, you know, take me all night and you'd probably go to sleep. But what happens in a crystal is that over that many years, the molecules come together and form repeating patterns, and that's what we class as the crystalline structure or the crystalline lattice. Whereas amber doesn't do that, as do you know, or don't a lot of other, you know, things that we call crystals, like jet, for example, is another example. Even obsidian is not, it doesn't have a crystalline structure either. It is technically glass. It is also soluble in alcohol, and as I said, float in water. And I've told you about those few tests there. And the few places that are my favourite to get amber from is the Baltic Sea. So I'm sure some of you have heard of amber from the Baltic Sea. And also the Dominican Republic is another place that I do like to get some amber from. But occasionally there is amber coming out of the Dominican Republic that may be more on the copal side than amber. So you do have to be wary of that. And then also Madagascar, which is another favourite place of mine to get crystals from. Again, the amber coming out of Madagascar may not be true amber either. So you do have to be careful about where you're getting it from. And I just put Poland is another beautiful place that I like to get amber from. And funnily enough, Creswick in Victoria, for those of us who are Victorians or know of Victorians, is also a place that they have found amber, which is interesting. I've never known it to be around this area, which is not too far from me. It's about an hour away from where I live. I've never known it to be around here, but it is listed as one of the sites that, that they mine amber in, which is very interesting. And Marina's just asked, does copal float in the water too? Good question. I haven't tested the copal. I shall put it in while we chat. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So if you were testing it, if you were going to just test with salt water, that test wouldn't work to determine whether or not it was amber or copal. You'd have to use the hot needle test to be able to see that, or a scratch test as well. So the scratch test, the copal will scratch deeper, but the amber will scratch more easily, if that makes sense. Yeah. So now amber has some beautiful, has anyone done any healing work with amber? No, nobody, everybody's shaking their head. So amber is one of my favorite crystals to work with for a couple of different reasons. One of them is that it warms up your body. Okay, so literally warms up your body. So for those of you who suffer from, you know, the cold in winter, or what's that disorder?
Seasonal affective disorder.
Yes, thank you. So if anybody suffers with that and gets, you know, the winter blues and things like that, amber will really help you come out of that, or at least stay above, you know, tread water above those you know, emotional feelings of depression. And the other really beautiful thing is it's good for pain. So I'm sure all of you have heard of amber necklaces for little babies when they are teething. So it's beautiful for pain. And it's also, someone sent me a message the other day, I'll put it actually on the post of the amber on the boutique page, that they have a piece of amber around their dog's collar to stop the dog chewing on furniture. So I've never heard of that before, but apparently it's working for this lady and her dog, which is really nice. And it's great for drawing out infection in your body as well. Okay, so if you have experiencing any infection in your body, it's really great to draw that out, and it will help you do that. Now, of course, this is not medical advice, so do seek doctor's advice if you are, having any of those troubles. And I don't recommend that you use it to help you get rid of your infection outside of going to the doctor, of course. And the other beautiful thing that it helps do is move your sluggish digestive system. So hi Jenny, how are you? She can't get a camera working or her mic. So the digestive system, why it helps the digestive system is because it works with our solar plexus, and it's great for bringing in the light into that area, which is where our digestive system sits. And it also is said to help with metabolism and also weight loss. But I actually haven't tried that out for those purposes. The thing that I really like to use amber for is in my shamanic healings, and I use it for a couple of reasons. It's a really great crystal, not that it's a crystal, but we call it a crystal. It's a really great tool to use to help journey. So when we go on our shamanic journeys down to the lower world, it's a really nice crystal to use for that protection. Okay, but also what it's known to do in that space is connect you in with your lineage, your ancestry, and help you remember your ancestry. And then of course what it helps do when you work with it is to clear out your ancestric patterns and your karmic DNA and any of that stuff left over in your auric field from your ancestors. So all of those behavioral patterns that we bring through from our parents and our blood or our soul ancestors sometimes get now stuck in our auric field. So, when people use the terms like, he's just like his dad, or he's the spit out of his mother's mouth, something like that. So those are usually behavioral traits or patterns of behavior that people have that it's traveled down through the DNA and it's stopped in with you or even your children. So the amber is a beautiful tool to work with to help clear out of that stuff out of your auric field and out of your body as well. So for that reason, the place on your body that I like to use amber is either usually on your base chakra, because that's where all of our connection to our family sit. Okay, but of course when you're working with a crystal, you tune in and decide whereabouts on your body that you would like to use it. So for those of you who are into meditation, you could use it in a meditation if you're going to do a karmic release, for example, or to help you clear those DNA paths backwards and also forwards in generations. So what I thought we might do, does anyone have any questions about the amber? No? Belle, yeah, got a question?
Hi. Do you cleanse it like you would a normal crystal, smudging, etc.?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So all of my crystals get the same, whether it's technically a crystal or whether it's a rock or a different, fossilized resin, all of them get the same treatment for cleansing. And the ways that you would do that, the ways that I like to do it is with sound. That's my most favorite way to cleanse my crystals, because it's quick and it's easy and very effective. But also sage, smoke, or Palo Santo. Of course you could put it out into the full moon if you wanted to, but if you're like me, you've got way too many crystals to put out there, and takes way too long for that process to happen. So those are my favorite ways. And of course using just your energy and your intention to cleanse your crystals as well. But yes, they get the same amount of time cleansing. Amber is one that you could put out in the sun, even because it's it's said to bring the warmth in our body and bring in that golden light into our body. It could sit out in the sun for 20 minutes, half an hour to be cleansed and energized, and it would really love that. Yeah, good question. Any other questions?
I've got one. You mentioned cleansing with sound.
Yep.
How do you do that?
Yep, so you can cleanse with any vibrational sound. So sound is a vibration and crystals are a high vibration as well. So you could use a shamanic drum or a hand drum, for example. You could use a Tibetan bowl. You could use a singing bowl, crystal singing bowl. You could also use Tibetan cymbals. Any any noise that you would like, high vibrational noise. You could even use your voice. So crystals love being spoken to in a beautiful, loving way. So you could sing to them. You could use beautiful, loving words with them. So any noise really that's considered to be, a higher vibration, the crystals will love.
Okay.
Yeah. So makes sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Perfect. Good stuff. So does anyone have any other questions? Beautiful. So what I thought we might do is do a short meditation. It's about 8:45, so I don't want to keep you past 9 o'clock, but maybe about a 10-minute meditation connecting in with the amber. And for those of you who've been with me for a while, you know that and for those who don't know, we work with the divas of the crystals. So if you don't have the physical crystal, it's okay. We'll connect in with the diva. So the diva is the consciousness or the energy that looks after each of the crystals. And that's the way we connect with them if we don't have the physical crystal. Okay, so for those of you who do have a piece of amber, you're most welcome to hold it in your hand while we do the meditation. And for those that don't have it, you can just sit with your hands on your heart or on your base chakra, so at the top of your legs, or just kind of, with your hands sitting somewhere around your base, and whatever feels right for you. And yeah, we'll get going. So I'll just test that the music is the right level, and I can find a song. So for those who have still got their camera on, can I get a thumbs up if the music is at the right level? Yep. Can everyone hear my voice? Perfect. And I'll just actually stop the share. So just getting comfortable and closing down your eyes. Taking a couple of nice deep breaths. If it's comfortable to do so, you can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just release all of the stress of the day. For those of you who are sensitive to energy and have picked up on the energy of the collective today, I'm going to breathe that out as well. And if you're sitting, I'll get you to put both of your feet on the floor. Make sure your legs aren't crossed. We're just going to connect in with the beautiful sun. And just imagine in your third eye that it's still a beautiful sunny day. And we're going to draw the light down from the beautiful sun. We're going to bring that into our bodies. And as you breathe, you're going to breathe in the golden light. And as you breathe out, you're going to send that light around your body. just want you to find yourself now at the top of a mountain. And in fact, when you're at the top of that mountain, you realize that the mountain is made of a crystal. And if you look down, you're able to see the beautiful water surrounding the crystal. And as you breathe in and out, you can feel the energy of the crystal expanding and awakening. You start to breathe in the same beat as the crystal beneath your feet. And standing in front of you now is a beautiful diva of amber. And the diva of amber will come to you in whatever form you feel comfortable with. They may be a beam of light. The diva may have taken on the form of a human or an angel. Whatever the form is perfect. And as she stands in front of you, she extends a hand out. And around her hand and around the form of light is all of the magical energy and medicine of the amber. And as the diva extends her hand to you, she places a beautiful piece of amber in your heart. And as you take the amber in your heart, you are instantly given the information about what the amber's magic is for you. And I invite you to put that amber either on your heart, on your base chakra, or anywhere else on your body that feels right. And as you breathe in, you're breathing in the beautiful energy. And on the out breath, you're sending that beautiful burst of energy through your body. I want you to take notice of where in your body feels constricted or tight, or even a little bit painful. And send the energy of the amber to that place, filling it with a beautiful golden light. Just coming into your heart space now, bringing your awareness to your heart. I want you to have a quick think about something that you know that has come down through the DNA of your blood family that you would like to hand back. Whether it be an illness, a disease, a trait, a limiting belief, a pattern of behavior, whatever that is, the first thing that comes to mind is the thing that you're going to let go of. So what we want to do is we want to call the diva in nice and close. Pull the diva in as close as you can so you can feel the energy. just standing out to your right hand side is the parent that you want to hand that back to. Your mum or your dad. And we've gathered up whatever it is that you're going to hand back into your heart. And energetically, I just want you to hand it over as a gift to whichever parent you've chosen to give it back to. And that parent, whether they're still here on the physical plane or in spirit, takes what you've handed to them with nothing but love. And now that parent is going to turn around, and standing behind them is the parent that they would like to hand back the gift. And I just want you to see, for as far as you can, each of your ancestors turning around and handing back the belief or the disease, whatever it is that's holding you back from being your fullest self. Keep handing it back to the ancestor behind them. And when you get to the ancestor last in the line, that ancestor is going to transmute all of what you've handed back into the highest frequencies of love and light. And as that ancestor now hands it back to the ancestor in front, their child, you can see now that what they're handing back is a big, beautiful golden ball of light. And that ancestor turns around and hands it back to their child. And they turn around and hand it back. And then finally it comes to your parent. And they've placed that beautiful golden ball of light into their heart. And finally they hand the beautiful golden ball back to you. And as you place that back into your own heart, and take some deep breaths to allow that energy to settle in your body where it's supposed to be. You feel lighter. And as you turn to the diva of the amber, they place their hand on your heart. And together you breathe. Knowing with absolute certainty that you've just handed back something that didn't belong to you. And I just want you to imagine now that your heart is a portal. I want you to take a couple of nice deep breaths, at least 3. And I want you to push that golden light out of your chest, out of your heart portal, push it as far into your auric field as you can. And see a beautiful bubble start to form around your auric field. You set the intention that it is also going to push out any karmic debris in your field, clearing it. I just want you to imagine yourself now in a ball of that light. Ensure that the light is in front of you and at the back of you, below you and above you, to the left and the right. And as we say thank you to all of the ancestors that have come through to assist in your healing, we thank the Diva of Amber, knowing that you can connect with them anytime you like. As you bring the awareness back into your body, knowing that you have let go of something, you feel lighter and happier. And just when you're ready, give your toes a wiggle and call all aspects of yourself back into the here and the now. And when you're ready in your own time, just open your eyes and come back to us. I did keep you in there for a couple of more minutes. But if anybody would like to share, you're most welcome. If anybody has any more questions, you're most welcome. And if not, I'm going to say thank you so much for joining me. I hope you got a little bit of information about the amber, and I hope you enjoyed that little meditation. And I will see you hopefully next month. So if you want to stay online, you're most welcome to stay online and ask any questions. Otherwise, I shall see you all very soon.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa. Bye.
Thanks, Lisa. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sleep well.
You too. I'll stay until everyone hangs up.
Yeah. Me.
Who said me? Hello. Hello. Rachel or Jen, are you there? Hello.
Yeah, me. But it
Yes.
wasn't me that said yes. Yeah. It
Good.
wasn't me that said yes. That was
Hi.
a good meditation. You did good.
Oh, good. I can't see either of you. Oh, there you go. There's Rachel. You're back.
I'm back.
And there's Jen. How are you both?
Yeah, good.
Very
That was
good.
beautiful.
Oh, good. Good.
Thank you.
I'm glad you liked it. Did you have a question, Rach? Hang on, you're on mute.
Sorry, I don't. I nodded off.
That's all right.
Big day.
Perfect.
Thanks, Lisa.
No worries. Enjoy your night.
I will. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, she's going to know what's going to happen next week.
Yeah, what's happened today? I don't know what's happened today.
I don't know either. Brendan reckons he might even get down on the weekend. So doing hard borders or something.
Yeah, well, someone did message. Oh, Kate Manning messaged me today and said the same thing to me that they were
Yeah.
changing the border rules. But
Yeah. I'm on this side of the border anyway, and I'm only going to Swanhill to go to work tomorrow, so
yep,
see what happens.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. How's your trip going?
Yeah, it's good.
Yep,
Good to be down. Good to be down here with real people.
yep. You're looking
Good,
tired.
yeah. Good. I'm a bit weary, but anyway,
Yep,
I'm good.
yep.
I'll be right.
Going
And how's
okay.
it all going down there?
Yeah,
Back to
fine.
normal?
Yeah, normal. Still, I'm not leaving home still. Just
Yeah.
for the bare minimums and, getting on with the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd
I'd love to have a crystal ball and look back in 5 years' time and see what happened.
yeah, well, I was just having that conversation with someone yesterday actually, when we start seeing the effects like of the vaccinations and stuff across, more of the population and just, when will we be able to say, wow,